Hey, my name is Kirsten Morley, and I am an emotion code and body code practitioner. I'm making this video just to show you kind of the easiest way to muscle test. These techniques are actually in the emotion code book itself. But he wrote this. Dr. Bradley Nelson wrote the emotion code. So if you are interested in getting the book, I will leave a link below. But here is your video on the easiest way to muscle test. So before I can actually show you, I just need you to kind of clear your mind, stand up, take a deep breath, kind of slow your breathing, and just notice your body. Again, close your eyes. Just stand there, put your hands by your side, and just notice that you can never stand completely still. You will always be swayed kind of one way or the other. But I want you to notice that if you start to think about good things, Christ, peace, love, unconditional love, light, truth, you'll actually start to sway forward. Now, if you start to think about negative things like Satan, war, bombs, lies, darkness, you'll actually start to sway backwards, which is so cool. That right there is the easiest way to muscle test. The reason is we are actually naturally attracted to truth and light. So just like plants and animals, if you stick a little plant inside of a window, they will actually start to lean forward towards the window because it's towards the light and it's away from the darkness. So that is muscle testing. Strong for truth and weak for no. I will also share a lot of different other ways to muscle test. Some of them are actually really funny, some of them are kind of off the wall, but you'll actually be able to see for yourself the difference. So, and did you know, here's a really cool fact, I really love sharing this. You can actually do the sway test on things like if you went to the grocery store and you were checking out different vitamins, or like the health food store, you can actually say, will this assist my body? And it will be yes or no. You can actually compare different proteins, like this specific brand of protein or this specific brand of whey protein, and you can actually see which one is better for you. You get the idea. So forward for yes, backwards for no, strong for yes, weak for no. So you can test different food like salads. You can test different kinds of produce like organic, not organic, whole foods. You get the idea. So that's the reason why I'm actually making this video, is just to show you what muscle testing is and to show you how easy it can be and to show you all the different kinds that I personally know and that I've used before. I'm also just kind of giving my 2 cents on especially my experience. These techniques are actually taught by Dr. Bradley Nelson, and I don't want to take anything away from him because I do respect him, and I do respect what he's built with his with the emotion code and body code. But I am just making this video so that if you are either looking to become a practitioner, or if you just want to do this for your friends and family, or for yourself, then it's a really good resource to look back to. Plus it's really fun to see all the different techniques. So I am just giving my 2 cents on this. So the emotion code is used to remove emotional baggage and pain, and both are possible with the emotion code and body code. So really quick, the reason why we're actually able to muscle test is our body stores everything that we've ever experienced inside of our subconscious mind. So every face that we've seen, every trauma that we've had, every bacteria and every emotion that we've felt throughout our lives, it's being recorded in our subconscious. So the cool thing about our subconscious is that your subconscious cannot lie. it cannot lie. Your conscious mind can lie, but your subconscious cannot lie. And so we can actually ask your subconscious questions through muscle testing. So before you even start asking questions, you need to get a baseline. So for example, if you're doing the sway test, my name is Kirsten, and then you actually start to sway forward, or you say, my name is, and then say your name. Then if I say my name is George, I will actually start to sway backwards, because obviously that's not my name. Hello, that's not my name. So, yes, no. Strong for yes, weak for no. So, this is my favorite part. Okay, so I'm going to show you some different techniques. Again, these are in his book, so if you're interested in getting more in depth, get the book. Okay, so this is called the hand solo method, not the Han Solo method, the hand solo method. So this is basically, you take your pointer finger and you put it on top of your ring, your middle finger, right here, right there. Okay, and then it will actually, so this is yes. If I were to put equal pressure on the yes and the no, so this is yes, resist this finger, and then no. So yes, no, yes, no. This method is actually used for proxy for somebody else. So you can actually muscle test for somebody else, which is pretty cool. You muscle test on somebody else's behalf. Like they give you permission to spiritually connect with them, and you are basically moving your subconscious out of aside, and you're basically working on the person, and then you ask questions to yourself, and you're actually asking questions to your client or to your friend or family. So at first, I'll be honest, I was like, I don't understand how this is possible. Like, that's so out there. Like, anyways, that's why I made this video, because what is so out there is exactly what you need to take your life to the next level. So whatever is so out there, whatever you are so scared of, whatever is so foreign to you, what I've noticed is ignorance is not bliss. The book you actually don't read can hurt you. The information you're not willing to listen to because you think it's so out there sometimes is the answer to all the problems you've been having, or to some problem you're having but you're just too closed-minded. So if you're watching this video, then you're definitely going to expand your mind. And I mean, I had to. Before I could actually fully believe it, I had to try it. So let's get started. Here we go. We're just gonna do a whole bunch of methods, and I'm just gonna show you all the different ways, all the different muscle techniques, the methods, whatever you want to call it. So the next method I'm gonna show you is called the falling log method. You basically put your left hand in a pointer finger, and then you take your right pinky, and you're gonna put your knuckle in the middle right here, your knuckle in between your fingers. You're just going to grab your hand. So it's going to look like this from behind in a mirror. Okay, so then you're going to use your pinky to push down. And remember, equal pressure. So yes, no. Yes, no. Yes, no, yes, no. You get the idea. So another method is the hole-in-one method. So you basically take your left pointer and your thumb and you make an OK sign. And then you take 3 fingers and spread it apart, okay? Your other hand, and you spread it apart. So right here. So you're basically going to say my name. Like, you can either say my name is Kirsten or my name is George, whatever. Or you can simply say yes or no. It's just a simple method. So this is yes, and you're trying to keep these fingers together. So yes, no, but you don't want to like force it. You just want light pressure. yes, no, yes, no. You get the idea. Excuse my band-aid. Okay, and then we have the ring and ring method. This is my personal favorite to use for other clients. So you basically take your you get the idea. Your ring, your middle fingers and your thumbs, and you put them together, and then you make a ring. Two rings. And then, so you say yes, and you try and keep it together, and then if you say no, yes, no. For a second, it's going to take a second. For me, it took a little while to catch on to this, but now this is my favorite one. This is the easiest one that I use, and it's a lot more obvious to me. So this is yes, no, yes, no. My name is Kirsten. My name is George. And then we have the elbow test. This is what I'm going to stand up for. So you basically put your arm right up against your side, and you have your palm up like this, and you're going to just put pressure. So yes, no, yes, no. You get the idea. And then and you want to put it on your wrist, not your hand, because you will not get an obvious answer that way. So on your wrist, you can even do it this way, which is totally fine. So, but make sure that there's a little bump right here. Make sure it's not past your bump, a little bump right here. Make sure it's on your forearm or just like right next to the bump. So yes, no, yes, no. Anyways, then we have the flick test. This one is really hilarious. I haven't heard of it for a while. I haven't heard of it until I read Dr. Burley Nelson's book. So this one's really funny. You take your pinky and your thumb, and you're like gonna flick your finger like that, okay? But it's hard. If you say yes, you can't flick it, and then if it's no, you can flick it. A little backwards, but yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. You get the idea. Okay, so, and then this is the one that's going to blow. Oh, actually, sorry, there's one more. So, the finger pad test. So this one goes back to like ancient Chinese healers. You basically take your thumb and your pointer finger, and you put like with little pressure, tiny bit of pressure, and it's not like pinching, it's like pressure. And when you say yes, and then you say no. Yes. For me, sometimes it's backwards for people, but that's where the practice comes in. For some people, for me, it's actually going to like, I'm not going to be able to move my fingers. And if it's no, then I'm able to move it. For some people, it's a little bit opposite. It just depends on what you think yes and no should be. So, and then I don't use this. I just know a lot of people that use it. This one's like the most obvious one. Like, you can't fake this one. At least so people say. So you can take a chain or a thread or something. People even do like a necklace. But there are several different ways that you can use this. This is called a pendulum. You can actually purchase a pendulum, or just a necklace or a ring on a thread. It's totally up to you. Whatever works for you. So here is my pendulum. Okay. Let's see. There are a couple different ways that you can do it. You can do it clockwise and counterclockwise for yes and no. For this one, you actually have to say yes, or you have to get a baseline before you can actually see which one it is. So we'll try this out. So, and then sometimes for me, you can even do north and south, east and west. So if I were to say, try to hold it still. My name is, so you can say yes. So obviously it's going back and forth, right? And then a no, you just wait for it. I'm trying so hard to hold it still. And then you go yes. And no. Okay, and then you can also do circles, clockwise and counterclockwise. It just depends on you. So here are a few tips to help you go from a beginner to not a beginner, a pro, if you want to, if you really want to get into this. So first of all, find a method and do what works for you. Whatever you like the most, go for it. Just do it. Second, if it hurts, you need to stop. Just try something else. Just do less pressure, less resistance for the person, and then don't focus on your fingers or your arm. Focus on the question or focus on the person that you're actually working on. And then my last advice is practice. Practice at least like 20 times a day for 3 weeks, and by the end of it, you'll be a pro. Even then, just practice. Practice on yourself, practice on your kids, practice on your friends, your family, whoever. So for all of you skeptical people, try it. You have got to try it. I actually invite people who are super skeptical to try it, because as you test somebody, they're like, why is that weak? Why is that strong? And then my favorite responses I actually get from people are, how did you know about that? How did you know that about me? How did you know that I felt that emotion when I was 12? Or my favorite response is, I've never told anybody I felt that way. I've heard so many things. I've heard all of it. So I am actually going to bring on my husband in this one. So, boop. Okay, so everybody say hi to Bo. This is Bo. I'm just going to show you what Dr. Burley Nelson teaches in his book. This is just the basic arm test, where you basically take 2 fingers and you put it right on the wrist. You have a little bump right here on your wrist. You don't want to go past that. You definitely don't want to be on the hand, because you're not going to get a good muscle test right there. So 2 hands on the wrist, and you basically have your subject either say, my name is Bo, or you can have them say yes at first. So you say
2 fingers on the wrist.
Yeah, 2 fingers on the wrist. So if you want to say yes.
Yes.
So then you gently push down, and it's strong. And then if you say no.
No.
Then it's obviously a little bit more weak. If you play with the resistance, it's kind of hard to get with somebody else. So this is the time where you do a lot of practice. But, so let's say, my name is Bo.
My name is Bo.
That's very strong. And then you say yes.
Yes.
That's also very strong. And then you say no.
No.
And then you say, my name is...
My name is Kirsten.
Obviously, he's not Kirsten. So, then there's the other test. It's the elbow test. You have the elbow right up against the body, and the same thing. You don't want to go past the wrist. So if you want to turn a little bit, you don't want to go past the hand portion, or sorry, the wrist portion. So you just want to 2 fingers on the wrist. And you say, my name is.
My name is Bo.
That's strong, and then my name is.
My name is Kirsten.
That's weak. So, same resistance, same pressure, and that's it with Bo. Thanks, Bo. Okay, so again, I am just making these videos to help people become a little bit more informed and just to share information. I have some links below if you want to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, and even YouTube. I'll be making more videos, so please stay tuned. Go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe down below. And thanks again for all of those who support me. I really, really, really appreciate each and every one of you. Peace, love, and harmony. Happy healing. Bye.